Hi, Sarah. So nice to see you. So nice to meet you. We're so pleased to be here at Seacoast Youth Services. So if you could tell us a bit about how your client and your organization have been impacted by the pandemic. We'd also love to hear about the Odyssey Intensive Program. And then if you could share a story of a client that you worked with that has benefited from your services.
Sure, thanks for coming. So, like many people, our clients have been greatly impacted by the pandemic. We work with at-risk youth, mostly adolescents, and a bit younger, and we've seen a big rise in symptoms of depression and anxiety, as well as substance use to medicate those things. So it's been difficult. We've also seen, some challenges with access to treatment or willingness to get to treatment, as a lot of the symptoms also present as isolating. So a lot of the kids are just really kind of cut off, and kind of not giving up, but feeling very sort of defeated, I think, as far as how the pandemic has affected them.
And can you give us a little bit more information on the Odyssey Intensive Program?
Yes, so that is our IOP, Intensive Outpatient Program, and the program is for adolescents with co-occurring substance use and mental health disorders. So that can mean a variety of things. We see adolescents with all levels of those things. A lot of parents sort of wonder, how much substance use does my child have to have? And the answer is, is that they go hand in hand. So, someone that has, whether they identify with addiction or experimentation with substance use, oftentimes with adolescents, it's a symptom of something greater. So depression, anxiety. We see the kids here 4 times a week for 3 hours a day, and we were doing that remotely, which was challenging. But I was really proud of how well they were able to kind of still put in the effort and connect with one another, even on Zoom. And we also really value just building that connection, not only with one another in the program, but we do an adventure-based piece of our program. So we get out, we get the kids moving, we take them on experiences, we take them hiking, and just to really, now more than ever with the pandemic, having really disconnected people, addiction and depression and anxiety are also things that sort of like by definition disconnect us from things that maybe we once loved or could enjoy. So we kind of doubled down with the pandemic, disconnected people even more, and we're working really hard to give opportunities for the youth to connect here with one another on Zoom, and and through the adventure-based piece as well.
And I'm sure that you've been taking care of a lot of people over the last year, and certainly much longer than that. Can you share a story of one client or a family that you've worked with that you've been able to assist through this time?
Yeah, someone that comes to mind recently was a youth we had who was removed from his home due to some, choices and things that happened. And I got a call that in order for him to be reunited with his father in his home, we needed to basically get him into this program right away. So he had been placed at a residential facility, and we hustled and got an intake for him. But not only did we need to do that, but also he needed structure and he needed something to do during the day to keep him safe. So, we can provide the IOP, which is 3 hours a day, 4 times a week, but we knew we needed to give him more. And I think we were all really worried about this kid and, what might happen if he didn't have the supervision or the structure. And he really was motivated and really wanted the help, which is incredible for an adolescent to ask for help. It can be kind of rare sometimes. So I went to Vic, our executive director, and said we need to get him a desk set up downstairs. We need to get him an environment that feels safe, and we'll pull all of our strings to get him set up with community service and staff this so that he can go home. And then he would be able to come to this program, which he otherwise wouldn't have, or he wouldn't have been able to come to our in-person days, which we're doing now 2 of. So it was a hustle, but it sort of was really heartwarming to see that everyone here was on board. It was like, just, yes, of course we will. Of course we will do whatever we need to do, as Vic says, whatever it takes to get him home and to get him help and to not, give up and just give him a chance. So it was that unique. It's not typically it's not usually how things go, but he came and he's coming actually now. So
that's phenomenal. Well, thank you so much for what Seacoast Youth Services does for adolescents, for youth, for their family. And the Seacoast Women's Giving Circle is really, really proud to be able to support your work. Thank you.
Thank you.